Hello everyone. So today idea was, hey, let's take a picture of a random person that I photo while I was on the tram the other day, and let's make a sketch in 50 minutes. The plan is to have 5 minutes for the pencil, 5 minutes for the inking, and then 5 minutes for watercolor. So this is what we are going to do here. And yeah, this is me already starting, and this is the first video that I make with the voiceover, so I hope everything is going right. The reason for me to go from up to down is that most important thing in a quick sketch is to keep the proportion as close as possible. And I found that it's just easier if I have the top and the bottom already sketched and then fill in the blank in the middle. So that's why I start with a little bit of head. No detail at all. The most important part is to just find the right proportion and just find the outline of what is your figure. And then, when that is set, to add a little bit more details in the middle. Plus, I don't think it's a good idea to start from the face. I always start with a lot of detail on the face. I always start with a lot of detail on the face. I was one of those people that was trying to, you make an eye and then you make the other eye. And then I realized that by doing so, I was wasting so much time. And most importantly, it was the very first thing that I was drawing. And when you start drawing, it's just that your hand needs to warm up a little bit. So I think it's just better to start from something that is not crucial, like the face of a person, and then move to the face of a person. That might be the most important part of the draw itself. So yeah, here I add more details because now I have still a little bit of time. We are like up to 3 minutes. So there is the jacket. And when it comes to the jacket and when it comes to pencil sketching, it's just about find the right proportion and try to make it work somehow. I struggle at some point with the length of one of the arm because I realized that one arm was shorter than the other, and that makes not much sense. So I try to fix it on this stage, because then when you ink, it's ink and it's done. For the face, a few lines, seriously few lines, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 line maybe, like eyebrows, your the eye, the lips in 2 lines, and then the nose. I think that the best is to have a reference that is kind of blurred or not perfect, because then you cannot focus on the details, because there are no details in the photo. And about the glasses, I think the glasses are one of the hardest thing to draw in general. I don't know. I need to find more references about glasses, because I haven't still find a way to make glasses that doesn't make that you look like a freak or something. And for the hair, on the other hand, I just add few shapes for me to understand like where the hair splitting. And then I'm going to add other things with watercolor or like inking and stuff like that. So again, try to make shapes at this stage. Not go that much into details, just move around with your pen and trust your guts. If you have sketched so much and you still feel not comfortable, maybe you're just overthinking. And an exercise like this one could be very beneficial, because you have to be super fast, like 5 minutes and gone, next step. Out of 5 minutes, gone, next step. Not that much time to think, because most of the time when you're thinking too much, then it's just that ruin your piece. This is the pen that I'm using. It's pretty new and I'm super happy and I'm super pissed that I haven't bought this one in Japan, even if I saw it literally everywhere. But I was like, yeah, I don't know what that is. I should have done my research, because then I got back home and I bought it home. This is Pentel Sign Pen ST under 50 from Japan. The best part is that usually they have a package of 3, and they have different tip, softer to harder, and the ink is waterproof. That means that you can use it with your watercolor, and it's so beautiful. Like drawing with this thing, it's amazing. You have no idea. Like Find yourself one, buy it. It's so good. And about the inking, let's go back to the inking. Not that I basically praise this amazing pen, even if I'm not paid to do so, but seriously, best pen ever. Here a tip on how to ink that I found it's the best for me. Whenever in your reference there is a change of direction, just stop and lift your pen. That's it. That is going to make everything more particular. It's going to break your line, because one of the things when you are a beginner is that you try to always have your pen in the paper, on the paper, without taking a break, because you're like super focused on try to copy what is in the reference. The idea is not to copy the reference. The idea is more about getting the mood of what's in the reference and what is your own mood at the time that you're drawing. So it's an happy day, you're gonna sketch in a way. It's a sad day, you're gonna sketch in another way. It's a very relaxed day, another way of sketching. It's seriously up to the mood. And if you try just to make a copy of what's in the picture, it's not gonna be interesting. Like this picture I have, it's a random woman that I take a picture on the tram. Maybe she was going to work or whatever. It's not an interesting subject as it is, but it's what then you're going to put on your paper. It's going to be interesting. Other tips on this: inking, make it super fast. Don't screw up by thinking too much. Just go with the flow. It's so nice. Just don't think. Okay, try. You for sure have so many stressful things in your life, I guess. If it's not good for you, please leave a comment and teach me how to not be stressed. But in general, when it comes to this, it's like boom, 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 one line, another line, and that's it. And if there is a dress that has some shadow, just add random shapes like I'm doing here on the shadow themselves, just to try to trace where the shadows are, because then when it comes to watercolor, it's just easier to add a little bit of color there, and it's just a nice guide on what's happening in there in terms of colors and shades. Oh, you cannot see anything here, can you? Well, I'm making the hair. The idea is exactly the same as it was with the pencil, but in this case, instead of having just the shape, I'm adding a little bit of like traits, how can I say, strokes. It's exactly what I said before. Whenever there is a change on direction on your reference, lift the pen, change the direction, and then put the pen back there. Try to keep the three shapes of the hairs in there, and that's it. Not add more than that. And for the face, so when I was sketching, I was thinking like, hey, this woman looks so young, because I always do very few lines to underline the person, but the person on the reference is not that young. And I realized it's just about adding more lines. The more lines you add to the face sketching, the more hold the person become. That makes sense because there are like the wrinkles and everything. But it's interesting to see that a couple of lines on the board of the nose make this person a little bit older than it was before. That's it for the inking, at least for the base. And then I realized, wait, since I already have this amazing Pentel pen that has this flexible nib, I could just use it to add even more shadow and even more interesting point. And at some point I realized, wait, I can actually use the nib to add even more like black areas, if that makes any sense. I think it does. But yeah, see how many, it just make everything more interesting. Ta-da! And here comes the part in which I have just add blacks everywhere, because I was like, you know what? There are dark area in the reference. Let's use those dark area to make a little bit more depth, a little bit more interesting. And most importantly, to try to show that this is not a flat image, but it's an actually person, So how the pen to work is that you press harder and you have a wider line, and I love it. I mean, there are many pens that do that. I already had one, but the thing is that it wasn't water resistant. So then I had to resketch again, basically. But this one, it is water resistant. How cool is that? Now, the best part, if you ask me, the watercolor. So I only use 3-color. I'm trying this 3-color palette that I enjoy so much. So first color, this kind of yellowish. It's from Rosa Gallery, that it's an Ukrainian brand from Europe, and the color itself, it's quinacridone gold. I hope I pronounce it well. The number is 735, and the pigments are PY151 PY42 PR264. For whatever reason, I have all of them. The second one, I bought it so long ago. I never use it, and I'm regretting it so badly because it's such a beautiful color. It's a Cerulean blue. I don't know. Please teach me in the comments how to pronounce these colors. But it's the Horadam collection from Schminke. German brand, lovely brand. It's amazing the amount of pigment you have in only one stroke. It's insane. It has this kind of bluish but also greenish undertone that I love it so much. And the idea here about the color, how I spread them out, is that first layer, very, very light color, and I use the same quinacridone color to have the face color and the hands, because I think why not? And then since watercolor is all about textures and make it interesting, yeah, I just spread around some of the color itself. The idea here was to have like the blues as darker color and then just the quinacridone as the light color, and just play around with the amount of water that is in there. And then I decided to have another blue that is one of my favorite blue again. This is Payne's Gray Bluish. It's called the color 787. It's the code, and it's again from Horadam, and it's Schminke brand again. I bought the tube for this one because I was sure, 100% sure that I will use it so much. And the thing is that it's so deep, it's kind of has this romantic, mysterious texture. A color shade is not a blue, is not a black, it's something in between. Love it. I have done some fog sketching, like mist in the forest, and this is the perfect color for that. So beautiful. And yeah, so I use that for the darker shade in the black, and then I just wait, basically while I was doing the blue, the yellowish get dry, so then I can go back there and add a little bit of shadow, just having a darker color. So to have a darker color, you just add less water on your brush, and that's basically it. Now, at that point, I realized that I really didn't like how flat everything was. So I decided to add a little bit more interesting by just using the cerulean blue on the browns. Because the thing is that, brown is, this yellowish plus bluish made greenish. And the green that you have with this combination of color is so beautiful. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's add a little bit of sparkle. Let's add a little bit of interesting in this thing. And about where to add that, seriously, I have no clue at this time. Like I tried so many times to add colors in random places that now it kind of became something that I do like without thinking. Even this splashing thing, it's just that when you do watercolor, you follow so many tutorials, so many things, and you just at some point merge all those techniques together. They are like a skill set that you have in your brain, and every now and then you're like, okay, let's use this one or that one. So this is it. 15 minutes for this sketch. Have a lovely day.